Now that I have the curves, I need to make some geometry that's going to go around it. So if I go to Create Polygon Cylinder, I'm going to move that cylinder to the start of the curve. So I'm going to just go ahead and scale this down, make it thinner, and then I'm going to position this at the start of the curve. I can scale it smaller, there we go. Rotate it. Okay, great. And it is important, you can see that it's important that I, for one, rotate around and really confirm the angle because it looked like it was off there. There we go. And I can rotate it, there I can see it's off again. So I gotta be kind of really mindful about trying to get that aligned properly. There we go. Yeah, there we go. That looks good. Okay, now one thing I want to point out, if I select this curve, and if I click on Isolate Select, that's this button up here, and if I right click, go to Control Vertex, I can see that it's comprised of a lot of purple dots. However, if you look at the one end, I can see that this is a square and this is a U. The square indicates that this is the start of the curve, and the U indicates the direction that the curve was drawn. So that means that if this was a full circle, I could tell that the curve was still drawn this way rather than this way, even though I know where the start of the curve is. That's important because I can't extrude along a curve at the end of it. I have to start at the beginning of it. So I can see that I put this at the beginning of the curve. Now I can go to the face, right click, go to face mode. I'm going to select these faces, control drag to deselect these faces. And now I'm going to hold down Shift and select the curve. Okay, great. Once I have that selected, I'm going to go to Extrude. Okay, maybe not what you expected because it went straight to the end of the curve. That's because it doesn't have enough divisions to support it. So over here in the channel box, if I scroll down, I can see divisions, and I could give it 50 divisions. And now you can see it's going to wrap all the way around because I gave it these vertical divisions. Okay, great. Now I'm going to do another one for the mouse. So I'm going to go to Create Polygon Cylinder. I'm going to move this to the start of the curve. I'm going to scale this smaller and rotate it and put it as close to the beginning of the curve as possible. And then here's a trick. If I press F as in frame, it's going to frame up on it like that. And I'm going to scale this smaller. There we go. All right, that looks good. That's a good start. Now if I right click, go to face, drag over these faces, control drag over these. Now I can shift select the curve. Whoop. Shift select the curve. Okay, and if I can't, I might need to be in object mode. Whoop. Nope. Oh, let's see. Okay, let me try that again. So I'm going to go back here. I'm going to go into face mode. Shift select the curve. There we go. I think what was happening is it looked like some other faces were selected. There we go. Now I can go to Extrude. Once again, it's going straight to the end of it. And I can either go down here and give it more divisions, or on this pop-up, I can give it divisions here as well. Whoa, I don't want to mess with the thickness, but on the divisions, I'll go to like 50. If I did divisions of 25 or something, I can see how kind of janky it is. So that's why I want to give it enough divisions so it looks nice and smooth. Okay, and this was probably set to 1. No, 1. I'll try 0. There we go. So I didn't mean to mess with the thickness, just the divisions. Okay, that looks good. And one last thing I should mention is that if I right click, go to object mode and drag over a chord and then hold down Control and click and press 4, 4's wireframe, I can see, it's kind of tough to see, but I can see that there's a green line in the middle of the chord. And if I right click away from it, I don't want to right click right on it. I want to right click away from it and go to Control Vertex. And now these pink dots are back and I can move them. Okay, and you can see that the chord geometry follows. So I can still move it kind of after the fact. When I'm done, I can press 5 and I'm good. All right, great job on that. We'll continue more in the next lesson.